Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today let's solve yet another lead code question. The description of the question is fairly simple. Given a string expression of numbers and operations. So let me write some note points. String expression is of numbers and operations, and we need to return all possible results from computing all different possible ways to group numbers and operators. So we need to return all possible answers by grouping all possible numbers and operations. You may return the answer in any order. Given that we may return the answer in any order, the test cases are generated such that the output values fit in 32-bit generator. Okay, 32 bits. So obviously we would be having minus 2 to the power of 31 to the power of 31 minus 1. Or yes, minus 2 to the power 31 to the power 31 minus 1. This is because we should incorporate 0 as well. And we need to return the different results. Okay, so we need to return all possible results that are formed by the expression. So let's take the first example, 2 minus 1 minus 1. In this case, first we could process this, which would give us 1, and then we could process the resultant with 1. So 1 minus 1 would be 0. That's the first way of doing it. In the other way, I will say first I'll process this 1 minus 1, which would be 0, 2 minus 0, that would be 2. So these are the two possible results for the first case. In the other sense, it's similar to what we were doing. Like I would just say this is a recursive call, because see, if I just computed this 2 into 3, 4 into 5, for example, this is my problem, and I just computed this 6. 6 minus 4 into 5, this itself could be considered as other problem, because here also I could process this either first or this either second. Or in the other case, if I process this first, so that would be 3 minus 4 minus 1. So I could process 2 into minus 1 first, or minus 1 into 5 first. So what I meant to say is, like, this is itself a recursive problem, because solving a problem itself yields another problem which needs to be solved by recursive call. So this is a recursive problem. So for recursive problem, as we already knew, we do have a base case. So I'll just say what the base case here is. So I'll just call vector int answer, because that's need to be ultimately sent at the very end. And what is my base case is if my expression dot size is equals to 0. In the other sense, I'm specifying my expression itself is nothing, empty, but then I'll simply return answer because I do not have anything to process. Or I'll just say if my expression dot size is equals to 1, or expression dot I'll also call a helper function here to help me and find whether a current digit is an integer or a character. So I'll just call it bool helper. I'll call char ch, return ch greater than or equal to 0 and ch less than or equals to 9. In that case only it would be digit, else it would be a character. Yes, so if expression dot size is equals to 0 or expression dot size is equals to 2 and helper of expression of I helper of expression of I is equals to, or helper of expression of I itself says that it's a digit. So if I only have two characters, or I do have one character, and if I'm having two characters, if the first character is a digit, then obviously second also should be digit, because there's no sense saying 1 plus. What's the value of 1 plus or 1 minus? There is no sense, right? So if the first digit itself is a integer, then second digit also would be an integer for sure. So in that case, I'll just push back what's the value s2I expression of simply expression, right? And yes, that should be done here, and I'll just return answer. else if that's not the case. So if that's not the case, and what I'm saying is I'll just process through my entire expression, and on processing the entire expression I'll just check oh sorry, if helper of expression of I, I'll simply continue, because if my current character is a digit, then I'm not sure what the left result and what the right result would be. In the other sense, see, if my result is as this 2 into 33 minus 4 into 5, and if I met this character, if this character is a digit, then what information would I get about the previous answers and the current answers? But if it's digit or if it's a character, other than a digit, then I could obviously say first either process this or either process this, and then this operation is there currently. So based on this operation, for every possible left answer and for every possible right answer, subtract them and add them in the answer. That's how it should work, right? And if its expression in I is a digit, then simply continue. If it's not the digit, then what I'll do is vector int, I'll just compute all left answers possible. In the other sense, I'm at this position. So as I already told you, I'm at this position, and this part is a separate recursive call to the left part of it, and this part is a separate recursive call. If this part is a separate recursive call and this part is a separate recursive call, then I could ideally call diff ways to compute till expression of substring from 0 to I, right? So from 0 to ith string, diff ways to compute will give me left answers, all the possible left answers, and for all the possible right answers, what I'll do is expression dot substring I plus 1, because the current character itself is I mean, the current character itself is what we are trying to process, right? So we shouldn't consider that. In the sense, in the left answer, we need to compute every answer possible in the left subpart from 0 to ith index, not including the current character, and in for the right answer from I plus 1 character to the end, right? So what I'm specifying is I'm at this position. So I knew I'm at this position. I also knew that there would be left subarray, left substring and right substring, which would be yielding different answers. So there would be left answers and right answers. So I would iterate ideally through every left answer. In the other sense, for all left in left answer, for auto right in right answer. So what I'm specifying here is int cur result equal to 0, and I am at, see, if I'm at a digit or if my current character is a digit, I'm simply continuing. If it's not a digit, then only I'm coming in the loop, right? So in that case, I'll just store the state. So here, if my ch is equals to plus, in the sense if my ch is equals to plus, and although I have all the results possible in the left subpart or in the left substring and the right substring, in that case, my cur is would be equals to, or I would say ans dot push back le plus ri, else if ch is equals to minus, I'll say ans dot push back le minus ri, else ans dot push back le into ri. So that's how it should work. I am simply returning the answer. Fine, so let me just try running this out to find if everything is working as expected or not. So this shouldn't be the case. And here, that's not I, right? We should be checking for the 0th character. I'm not sure why I is written over there. Yes, it's working fine. So let me just explain you this process with the help of an example. So if I just consider 2 minus 1 as an example. So currently my expression would be this, right? So in this expression, this case wouldn't be satisfying because we do have many characters, and this neither this would be satisfying. And for I expression dot size, so I would be here initially, and initially I'm just checking if my helper of expression, so 2 is my what 2 is my digit, so that won't be crossing, it would be continuing, and after 2 I would be getting subtraction. So if my current character is an expression of I, then I'll compute all diff ways to compute expression till substring of answer. So left ans would be for expression compute for I'll write it compute for expression 2, and right ans would be compute for expression 1 minus 1. So that's how it should work. So first of all, it would be processing the left hands until it's possible, right? So vector int left hands is diff ways to compute expression of substring of L of I. So that's diff ways to compute expression of substring of 2 is to left substring is 2 itself. So diff ways to compute of 2 is what? Because there's only one character in the expression, so left answer is 2. After processing this, so we are at the end of this recursive call. So we'll go to the right part of it. So what is the right part of the recursive call? Compute 1 minus 1. So for computing 1 minus 1, again, this itself is a separate problem, right? So, but ideally it would be right answer for the above problem. For this problem, all the answers that would be obtaining for this would be the right answers or the right possible answers for this string. So that's how it should work. And now that itself is a separate subproblem. So let me just explain you how that works in this condition. So uh, now 1 minus 1 is a subproblem. So if a helper of expression of 1, so is a digit, so it would be proceeding further. And char ch, but in the second iteration, I would be having minus, so that's a character. And again, the left answer, right answer of it. What's the left answer, right answer of it? Left answer itself would be again, I'll just call compute measure right, because that's the right part to the original question, and cur left because that's the current left of and if ways to compute would be for 1. Again, if that would give me answer, what left answer would be 1 only here, right? I'll just call back current of 1. So that's process, so I'll go to the right part of it. So that would be what compute measure right cur right would be 1 again. So 1 also would give me right answer as 1. Yes, so that would be 1 1. So if that's 1 1, in that case, I would be what I would be getting is 0. So because my current character in this condition is subtraction, right? So that would be giving me 0. So ans dot pushback left minus right, what would be 0? And earlier we are waiting for this answer. So here we are getting only 0 as an answer. So right answer is 0. So if my right answer is 0 and left answer is 2, and my current character is subtraction, so that would be 2 minus 0, 2. So that's how we got 2 over there. Additionally, ideally we should be getting 2 at the beginning, and we got the 2 at the beginning. And after this, again, this condition is satisfied. So again, the process would be going here, and the process would be repeating similarly. Here, instead of compute, it would be compute 2 minus 1. Here, it would be compute 1. So left part would be having 2 characters, right part would be having 1 character. No, not 2 characters, 2 digits to be computed. Right part would be having 1 digit to be computed. So that's how it's working. I'll also specify my C++ compiler not to import any library from C. That would be helping me to take input or give output anything to the terminal. So I'll specify cin.tie to be null, cout.tie also to be null. I'll just try submitting this out. So that's working fine as expected. Feel free to add anything in the comment section if you think anything is unclear. Thanks a lot for watching the video.